In the summertime, the branch line station masters enjoy a friendly competition for the most beautiful station on the island of Sodor. The engines love to help too.
Ah, I see it's that time of the year again. The island is celebrating their now annual Best Dressed Station Day. And holy crap, it's Stepney! I mentioned him in the last story, and I didn't expect to see him immediately. I hope he'll talk. Sometime. But the person actually talking was Top Hat, and he wanted Percy to get some flowers for Lower Tidmouth, which were at Maithwaite. But he was going at night, which he didn't like.
The line passes through a junction next to a spooky old quarry mine. Percy hoped the signal at the junction would be green. He didn't want to stop next to the mine, but the signal was red. He had to stop.
As opposed to any other time Percy had been in similar situations. What happened to him enjoying the night, riding on the rails by himself? And it's not like he couldn't be brave before with mines. Remember Put Upon Percy? With the mine collapse? Or the Boulder Quarry Michael Bay incident? This should be nothing for him. But of course it was.
His driver hadn't seen the old chimney sink into the ground. The signal changed. Percy was so scared, he steamed away as fast as he could. The next day, Percy was telling Donald and Douglas about the disappearing chimney. "It's the naughty gnomes," teased Donald.
Naughty gnomes? Oh boy, where the heck did those two come up with that theory? But yeah, at this point, Percy didn't know what to think. And although what he did was done, his job wasn't over yet. Looks like Percy is being put upon for another time.
Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for Percy at Dryall Station. "I want you to collect some freight cars from the abandoned mine," he said. Yes, sir," Percy answered, but he really didn't want to go there again. Percy hoped he wouldn't see anything else disappear.
You know, the fact that the script is having the narrators actually say the station's name is pretty cool. Very much from the beginning, nothing had ever been mentioned until the last couple seasons. But like most unusual cases, things tend to always go south when you're alone, and Percy's scenario was no different when another building collapsed nearby.
"Double bouncing buffers!" shrieked Percy. He was so scared, he lurched forward and rammed the freight car. "Naughty gnomes!" cried Percy. He steamed away faster than before, all the way back to Lower Tidmouth Station.
Okay, so how did those two gnomes fall into place perfectly in front of Percy? Seems rather improbable, but okay, fine. Doesn't matter, fans know those things weren't real anyway. Especially the music being nowhere near as suspicious as it could have been. Top Hat knew it too, and explained it to Percy.
"The old buildings are collapsing into empty mine shafts, that's all." "But I saw the gnomes," protested Percy. "Of course you did," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Garden gnomes." "Garden gnomes?" "To decorate Lower Tidmouth Station," Sir Topham Hatt said. "They're not scary. Garden gnomes bring good luck."
Well, doesn't that just frumple your funnel? I actually didn't know that myself. I kinda just thought gnomes were little lawn ornaments no one gave a crap about. Oh well, the more you know, I guess. And Percy felt the same way. The gnomes weren't spooky at all, and neither was the mine. It was his imagination.
And Percy took them straight back to Lower Tidmouth Station. Later that week, the station master thanked Percy. "We wouldn't have won our competition without your garden gnomes, Percy." Percy was very proud. "You were right, sir. Naughty gnomes can be lucky after all."
That's oxymoronic, but sure. Let's go with that. This story was okay, again. It felt like a mix between Put Upon Percy and Bah from Season 5. Both involved collapsing mines and Best Dressed stations. Only this time it involved garden gnomes, which aren't anywhere near being creepy. As to the focus, it was nice to have another story that didn't talk about Thomas. He hasn't been the main character constantly, but he has been around. And as much as I don't enjoy Baldwin not doing the voices right for the Scottish twins, I was happy that it was them telling Percy something as opposed to Thomas. Music was intriguing for this entry. While it did not outright play much of the familiar incidental music, there were a number of areas that had much more complex sounding pieces. like when Percy runs the first time from the mine, and the intro music to this entry. Set pieces, though, were much more a step up because of the stations featured and the fact that they were verbally named. Even some old stations return. There's another shot of Tidmouth Bay and Tidmouth Sheds, which look good. But the fact that we see Dryall Station and Marin, which hasn't been featured since Season 1, is a true comeback. That's where those lucky buffers used to be. But of course, the layout's different now. Marin got an overhaul. Next episode is Middle Engine. Thanks for watching.